Dwayne, will you grab me my glasses? Of course, I jumped down without them. So anyway, this is my view today. Isn't it beautiful? I'm sitting in the camper, and this is my window out of the camper. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Roy. Okay. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start since we have some people on here now. So I wanted to start with this picture. So just put them at my feet, Dwayne. What happened? What just happened?
I just got it straight. Hold on. There you go.
Okay. So I'm going to start with this picture. So my name is Angela Lisenby. This was me in March of 2018. Of course, his phone's ringing.
Hey, we don't need that.
Sorry. This was me in March of 2018. This was me depressed. At my heaviest, I was 198 pounds, which for me and my body and my build, I'm 5'7". That was overweight. This is me when I could not get out of the bed from pain in my hip joint. My family needed me. I was just so depressed. I just didn't even want to get out of bed. So this was me then, before Plexus in April. And then I started in Plexus in May, a few weeks later. And so this is me now. Hey! So I'm going to step outside while I'm talking to give you guys some sunlight. I don't know about y'all, but I'm liking the sunlight. So I wanted to tell you that to say that my body has gone through changes is an understatement. I have lost, when I first started Plexus, I lost 24 pounds. My first 5 months, I lost 24 pounds. And my fiance, Dwayne, noticed in the first 3 weeks, he said, "Oh my God, I don't know what it is that you're doing, what you're taking, but let me look at the ingredients." He looked at the ingredients, and because he has studied all the ingredients his whole life and has done vitamins and supplements his whole life. So he said, "Oh my God, I see a difference in you. Sign me up. So we did this journey together. Didn't want the business, wasn't interested in the business. Like I said, I lost 24 pounds in the 5 months. I was back in the gym. I could walk. I was excited. I had zero joint pain. My inflammation, I noticed that with the Plexus products, the first thing I noticed, other than my energy level was higher and I felt better, the first thing I noticed was that my face wasn't as puffy. That was exciting. I didn't know my face. I thought my face was puffy because of my weight. I didn't realize it was puffy because of all the inflammation. So in September of 2018, just a few months after I started Plexus, I turned 50. So excited. I was at the gym. I expected to look in the mirror next to me when I'm on the elliptical. I expected to see a 25-year-old because that's how good I felt. I felt like I was 25 years old. The next day, September the 11th of 2018, the next day I was diagnosed with breast cancer that had already spread to my lymph nodes. Now, because I had lost the weight, I forget to tell this, but because I had lost the weight, I was very blessed to be able to feel the lumps in my breast myself. So because I could feel those, my doctor said, "I don't think it's anything, but we're going to be cautious and we're going to do a mammogram." So that story goes on and on. But I'm going to keep this short. But I used to say my Plexus story goes like this, up and down. But now I say my Plexus story goes like this. It curves. There's winds and there twists. And the reason I don't like to any longer say that it goes up and down is because that's indicating that my Plexus products worked and then they didn't, and then they worked and then they didn't. But what I want you to know is that during my cancer treatment, my nurses constantly said, "What are you doing as a 50-year-old woman to have blood work as incredible as you do, even through chemo?" They kept saying, "What are you doing? That your blood work is so awesome." And I said, "Plexus, let me tell you about my Plexus." So I always took opportunity to tell my story about my Plexus. I honestly think So during my chemo treatment, I lost 6 pounds, which is natural, and they said they didn't want me to lose any, just because they want you to maintain the nutrition. So I only lost 6 pounds. I had the Red Devil treatment, which was a very violent treatment, and I only lost 6 pounds in the 5 months of chemo treatment. So I'm excited. I was excited about that. Any weight that I've lost after that was because I was working on it with my Plexus products. So I took my Plexus products through radiation. That was 12 weeks. 6 weeks every day. I used a lot of the body cream to help with the skin burn. I'm telling you, when I say Plexus saved my life, I mean that it saved me from the joint pain that kept me down and depressed. It saved me by helping me get my weight off, so I was able to feel those lumps. It saved me because the cancer I had was a slow-growing cancer, and cancer cannot live in an oxygenated environment. If the pH level is high, it can't live in it. And so I honestly believe with all of my heart that God sent Plexus to me to save my life. So I'll never stop these products if I don't ever lose another pound, because I feel better. I'm not depressed. I know I'm not telling you life's perfect, but I can handle things better now than I used to. So now I'm fighting menopause, yay! Because the chemo threw me into menopause. So thank God for my X Factor, which is helping with that hormonal support. I can tell if I accidentally forget my X Factor Plus. I can tell my hot flashes are, yikes, so much worse. So it's helping me with that. So I wanted to just touch real quick on the business thing. During my cancer treatment, when I found out, because I had to have a hip replacement, I had used all my sick days at work. I'd used them all up, so I wasn't able to work and take off any more days. I had 0 days left, so it made financial sense for me to retire. So I honestly had no choice but to retire from a 28-year career. And it's hard for me to talk about because I knew I wanted to be an educator since I was 5 years old. I used to play teacher when I was 5. So to say that I wanted to be an educator, that's all I knew. So I retired when I found out I had cancer. I had to retire. And then when I got my retirement check and it was bringing in half of what I made, I was like, I don't know how in the world we're going to make this happen. So I just want you to know now that I did not want anything to do with the business with Plexus. When I say it fell into my lap, it fell into my lap. People looked at me and they said, I can tell you feel better. I can tell that you are a different person. And, you look awesome. Your skin color looks good. I want to know what you're doing. And people started signing up under me. They just start. So now, y'all, my Plexus business supplements my retirement check, and now I'm making the same thing as if I was working full time as an educator. So I just want to praise God for not only did Plexus save my life physically, mentally, emotionally, but financially, and it's because I said yes to that little enrollment button, and I clicked on that little enrollment button. So. Yes, Mitzi. So now I look at myself so I'm still educating. I'm just educating people in the health and supplement business and life business, just trying to tell my life lessons. And honestly, we were at the store a while ago and saw somebody, and he started talking about his cancer, and I started talking about mine, and guess what? When I get off of here, I'm signing him up. So, it's just so easy just sharing your story of how Plexus has touched you. I've met so many people. So anyway, I wanted to share, like I said, my story goes on and on. My biggest lesson that I have learned, one of my biggest lessons I have learned through this, and this is my story, and this is my findings and my lessons, is that my doctors tried to take Plexus from me, and I cried for 3 weeks because I was fearful that, doctors know what they're talking about. And I'm not saying they don't. We need doctors. I'm not saying they don't. But I'm just saying, for me and my story, I will never, ever, ever let doctors take my plexus away from me again. I will listen to their what they say and what drugs interact, because there are some that interact, so you need to know that. But what I'm telling you is do your own research when it comes to that. So I'm going to not get on that soapbox, but I just want you to know. I would say, so Vicki, what are my favorite products? Definitely the probiotic is my favorite. Like, I cannot go without. And the BioCleanse supplements that for me, because I used to not be able to go to the restroom. I took Metamucil for 22 years just to go to the bathroom every morning. And sometimes I may not even. But with the probiotic and the BioCleanse, I go to the restroom 2 to 3 times a day. Whoop, whoop. You'll see if you join us in Plexus, in the Plexus world, we talk a lot about poop because it's so important. That's how your body rids the toxins. But those are my favorite. The gym again, because I'm back on my feet now from all my treatments, and I'm actually going with Diana in a few minutes to the gym, and I just took an active, so I'm like because now my energy that I already had with Plexus, I took an active energy drink, and my energy is through the roof now. So honestly, the triplex, I mix the slim. Sometimes I mix the slim with active, sometimes I don't. But the slim, the BioCleanse, and the probiotics, if they took anything else away from me, the triplex is what I don't want to ever be without, ever. That's what I started with the first 3 months, and then I started adding products. And so now, I've got my products. The reason you want to stay in contact with your ambassador is because my products changed as my body's needs changed. For example, I developed neuropathy from the chemo, and so now I take Nerve and Ease, and I take it differently, but that's because my upline advised me, and we figured out how to work that. So yes. So I just wanted to share my story with y'all. I promised I'd stay less than 5 minutes. I hope I did. So I'll keep it short. But if you have any questions, y'all know that y'all can. Anyway, I'm always available to answer any questions, phone call, whatever. So anyway, thank you for joining me, and I hope to see y'all soon. Mwah.